Welcome back to Breakup Cheater, where true stories of betrayal, broken trust, and hard-learned lessons come to life. Today's story isn't just about divorce or co-parenting. It's about what happens when one parent tries to force the other into raising an entire household of kids that aren't his. What started as a breakup turned into years of guilt trips, family pressure, and an unbelievable demand that no father should ever face. Grab a seat because this one gets messy, and you'll want to stick around until the end. 8 years ago, my life changed in a way I didn't expect. My name is Marcus, and this is the story of how my ex-wife walked away from me and our twins, chased what she called real love, and later tried to rope me into raising her new family. What started as a simple breakup turned into years of boundary battles, guilt trips, and one unforgettable confrontation. Back then, my ex-wife was named Jasmine. We hadn't been together very long, maybe 14 months, when she found out she was pregnant. It was a shock for both of us. We weren't deeply in love, but when she told me she was carrying twins, I thought we owed it to the kids to try and build a home together. Truth be told, Jasmine and I were never compatible. We had good moments, but we clashed more often than we connected. Still, we made the effort. When our twins were born, I threw myself into being a dad. She did her part as well, and for a while things were stable. Not perfect but manageable. Then Jasmine met someone new. She admitted she didn't see a future with me and wanted to move on. Oddly enough, I wasn't crushed. The spark between us had burned out long before she said the words. We split, but we agreed on one thing. Our twins came first. For a while, co-parenting actually worked. We shared time evenly, covered expenses fairly, and kept things focused on the kids. There wasn't much tension, and I thought maybe we had found a balance. But then she remarried. Her new husband, Victor, had a daughter the same age as our twins. Suddenly, Jasmine started pushing this idea of us being one big blended family. At first it sounded harmless, birthday parties, maybe joint outings. But soon it turned into something else. She began suggesting I treat Victor's daughter like my own. When I took my twins out, she wanted me to bring her along. When I bought gifts for my kids, she expected me to spend the same on Victor's daughter. The final straw came when she actually criticized me for not matching the gift value between my kids and hers. Pushed back. I told her that while I respected her stepdaughter and had nothing against the child, she wasn't my responsibility. My hands were full raising my twins. Jasmine didn't like that, but I stood firm. Over time, things got even messier. Jasmine and Victor had a baby together. Then they took in Victor's nephew. Now their house was overflowing. My twins, a stepsister, a step-cousin, and a half-sibling. Meanwhile, Jasmine still expected me to extend my resources, my time, and even my money to all of them. The turning point was a school trip. My twins' school planned an expensive but exciting outing to a science museum. The kids were thrilled. I paid for my twins to go. It was during my time with them, and I wanted them to have that experience. When I told Jasmine, her reaction floored me. She said, "If the other kids can't go, it's not fair." First I thought she was joking. But no, she was dead serious. She wanted me to pay for her stepdaughter and Victor's nephew too. Victor jumped in saying, "You can't treat them differently. They're all siblings now." I asked him straight, "Victor, why is it my job to pay for your nephew and your daughter?" His response, "If you don't, you're dividing the family." That's when I realized the truth. They weren't asking me to be fair. They were asking me to bankroll their household. Things escalated. Jasmine accused me of being selfish, saying that if the kids grew apart, it would be my fault. Victor acted like I was sabotaging their dream of a blended family. I told them both, "I'm not here to fund every child you choose to bring under your roof. I'm here for my twins. That's it." But they didn't let it go. A few days later, Jasmine wanted to talk things out. We met at a diner, but instead of a discussion, I got ambushed. She made a speech about how this wasn't about one trip. It was about setting a standard for the future. She wanted me to help pay for vacations, family activities, everything. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, Victor showed up. He joined her at the table and doubled down, saying, If the kids grow up resenting each other, it'll be on you. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told them, no. You chose this blended family. You chose to bring more kids into the mix. Don't shove the responsibility on me. My focus is on my twins, and that's not changing. Then I stood up and left. But the pressure didn't stop there. Within days, I started getting guilt trips from her relatives. Jasmine's sister texted me, saying if I cared about my kids' happiness, I'd support the whole family. Her mother even called me and said, "A real man steps up for all the children." It felt like they were rallying an army against me. Suddenly, I was being painted as the villain for refusing to raise kids who weren't mine. Even her brother threw shade online, leaving comments about real dads supporting their families. I ignored them all. Because here's the truth. I never abandoned my kids. I've been present, responsible, and loving from day one. What I won't do is let myself be manipulated into funding someone else's family choices. I still co-parent with Jasmine, but it's parallel parenting now. I handle my twins on my time, she handles her household on hers. I don't get involved with her new family, and I don't let her rope me into obligations I never signed up for. Because being a good dad doesn't mean letting people take advantage of you. It means showing up for your kids, loving them, protecting them, and teaching them boundaries. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And that's how Marcus learned the hard truth. Being a good dad doesn't mean letting yourself be used. It means protecting your kids, setting firm boundaries, and refusing to let guilt twist your role into something it was never meant to be. What do you think? Was he right to stand his ground, or should he have given in for the sake of family unity? Drop your thoughts and lessons learned in the comments below. And if you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another tale here on Breakup Cheater. Until next time, stay sharp, stay aware, and never ignore the red flags.